Hello everyone, this is Language-Enthusiast. Today is, Thursday, September 21st, the year 2023. If I say this in Spanish, I've been away from Spanish since this June, and I just started studying it again yesterday, and I almost forgot how to say what's the day today, what day is it today, and something like that. I remember what is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, it's very simple and easy. Like Monday is martes, right? Tuesday. No. Monday is lunes. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. Okay, I remember them perfectly. But when it comes to the date, today is blah, blah, blah in Spanish. I'm not really sure if I can do this, but let me try, okay? Hoy es jueves, right? Hoy es jueves, el 21 de septiembre. The year 2023, 2023, right? Yes, 2023. I guess this is right. All right. I forget even simple phrases like, for example, I am language enthusiast. Soy language enthusiast, right? And I live in Japan. Vivo en Japón, right? And this reminds me that do I have to put my tongue at the above top inside of my mouth when I pronounce Spanish N, like Japón? Should I say Japón? Or is it okay for me to pronounce just Japón, lightly, or a little bit more heavier, like when I have to do in English? I don't know. When it comes to Spanish pronunciation, I still don't know much about it because there are many Spanish pronunciation, like Spanish spoken in Spain and Spanish spoken by people in Mexico, even Spanish spoken by people other than Spain or Argentina. They pronounce like people from Mexico, people from Peru, people from any other countries like Puerto Rico. They all pronounce Spanish slightly differently, right? So in this case, even though I love Spanish spoken by South American people, I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know. I don't know how I should pronounce Spanish in my own way, because I didn't pay much attention to it. But I can tell the difference between Spanish spoken by Spanish people and Spanish spoken by South American people. And no offense, but I love English. I love to hear English spoken by Mexican people. Is it okay? Mexican people, because the sound is more clearer, and easier to catch. But anyway, they are all speaking the same Spanish, and the grammar is a little bit different between those two Spanish. I mean, there aren't just two Spanish, but there are many more. I don't know, but when it comes to pronunciation but grammar-wise, I think there are two Spanish, and I'm used to both because at first I learned Spanish spoken by Spanish people, Spaniard, but later when I started studying it all by myself, I watched lots of YouTube videos and in which South American people spoke Spanish, and then I bought some textbooks, and they dealt with South American or Latin American Spanish. The grammar of those two are slightly different, and but people have no trouble communicating with each other. That's what I hear. But I still don't know which I should learn. Okay, anyway. And I spent about an hour reading copying the audio that I introduced yesterday in my video. And I started doing the new story because I don't think I completely memorized the first one. I didn't do as much as until I memorized the first story. But I don't have to do it that far. I don't think I should do it that far because it's more important for me to come across more expressions, more words. So it's better for me to move on to the next story, and then I will come across some other words and expressions, right? And I might come across the same words and expressions that I've already learned. And this time, it reminds me of them that I learned before, and it makes my memory. It makes it easier for me to memorize it naturally. The more I encounter words and phrases, the same words and phrases, the easier for me to memorize them naturally. The more naturally I can memorize them. And anyway, it's raining heavily outside. Until a little while ago, it wasn't raining. And I went out a little while ago to get some berries, and I had one envelope to post, so I had to go out. And then it wasn't raining yet, but I knew that it was going to rain pretty heavily through the night. Tonight. So I really wanted to go out as soon as possible before it would start raining, and I barely make it in time. Is it okay? Make it. I went to a nearby shopping mall, and to get some D-size battery for my stove. Gas stove. For cooking, because we were almost out of the battery. The battery almost died, and actually it stopped cooking. It stopped my cooking twice. Oh my goodness. It was lightning. There was lightning outside, and that was the last thing I want. So it makes me so scared. You can hear a thunder, right? Okay. Never mind. And I went to the supermarket and to get some D-size batteries. But I didn't pay for them because I used my point. I can't explain it. I don't know how to explain it properly, but I went to a electronic appliance shop, and I have a credit card. Their credit card, they offered. I don't know how to explain this, but okay. And every time I shop, or every time I use this credit card, I have more and more points. You know what I mean, right? And then I have quite many points now for the card, like 40,000 yen worth of points. So I used some of the points to buy the batteries, and I used let's see, but they let me know that I had a coupon on my app. I have their app on my iPhone, and when I tried to pay for the battery, no, I was supposed to use my point for the order price. The entire price. So I went to the cashier to exchange the battery for my points, or I went to the cashier to exchange my points for the batteries. Okay. Anyway, I had to go there, right? Because otherwise, it meant that shoplifting, right? I was shoplifting. No, I wouldn't want that to happen to me, right? I wouldn't want to do that. So naturally, I went to the cashier, and then I told them that I would like to use my points for the batteries. Actually, I was going to buy 4 batteries. I just needed 2, but it was a set of batteries. I don't know how to say it. 4 batteries, 1 set. So I had to buy 4 anyway. I could buy 2, but the price of 2 could be more expensive than the price of 2 from the set, right? Because when the more batteries are combined, it could be cheaper, right? But the total should be more. So I I would have to think about it, because I would anyway, 4 batteries, even though they are combined, and each battery would cost cheaper if they are combined than if I buy 2 of them separately. But still, the total amount would be more, right? This is so complicated, right? Because they want us to buy more, right? And then they combine more things. They combine more things, which will end up being more expensive, and people tend to think that the more we buy, the less expensive each one can become. So we tend to buy more, even though we don't need that many, right? And that happened to me. That happened to my mindset. And I had that kind of mindset, and in the end, I ended up spending more points than I would have if I had bought only 2 batteries separately. Anyway, I could use the other 2 for future use, but okay, anyway, and they let me know that I had some coupon to make it even cheaper, like the cashier, the female cashier who looks pretty young, like in her early 20s, or maybe, I don't think she is still in teen, or she's a teenager, but she looks very young. She looked very young, and she let me know about the coupon. Otherwise, I wouldn't have noticed it myself, because I'm not good at that kind of thing. Coupons. I just the older you get, the more oblivious you can be to those apps or coupons, or right? Okay, and I'm one of them. And okay, and then the lady and the female worker at the cashier let me know that I had some coupons to use to make things cheaper. And I felt so fortunate because she was so kind. I don't know why, but I don't know about this, but she didn't have to, or wouldn't have had to, right? I don't know. That's her job, to let the customers know, or she goes trouble. She goes trouble. Is it okay? Is this expression okay for me to use in this context? She makes trouble. She goes trouble to let the customer know that the customers have a coupon to make their things cheaper, because it's not good for them, right? Or they just do it out of obligation, or she just did it out of her, she's a very good person. She's a very considerate person, and she cannot just ignore such an occasion, and she really wanted to let me know about the coupon. Anyway, okay, she let me about it, and it was 10% coupon for batteries specifically. And I have one more coupon, which is for my birthday. My birthday is September 1st, and it's still in September, right? And birthday coupon was issued for people who were born in September, and I was one of them. I happened to be one of them. I was lucky to get there today, and to be attended by the female worker who kindly let me know about the coupon, and so that I could get 10% off for the batteries, which was supposed to cost around 700, somewhere between 700 and 800, tax included. And I chose the cheapest one, and in addition, I was able to get them more cheaply. Yes, using the coupon. And I have one more coupon, which was the coupon that gave me 200 points. It's equivalent for 200 yen. Okay. So I was satisfied. I was so satisfied with their service, and I was fortunate. I was lucky enough to get such. I was offered 2 coupons, and anyway, I bought the batteries for my gas stove for cooking, and I successfully post my envelope. The post was just close to the supermarket or mall I went to, and I parked my car, and I got into the mall. And then first, I walked into the mall, and at first I was headed to the post box, okay, which was just outside the mall, and I mailed it, and then went back to the shopping center, and this time I was headed to the electric appliance store inside the mall, which was on the 2nd floor. And instead of using the elevator or escalator, I went up to the stairs for my exercise. It made me out of breath, because even though I just went up from the 1st floor to the 2nd floor, their 2nd floor is much higher than the 2nd floor of my house. So I had to walk up more than twice as more. Twice. I don't know how to say it. Stairs longer, right? More, right? I don't know. It took twice as long. Is it okay? Am I making myself understood? Does what I'm saying sound okay, or does this make sense? I really hope so, though. And okay, and it made me out of breath a bit because, except for walking my dogs, I rarely exercise today. I've been concentrate on the language learning, and I can't do 2 things at the same time. And once I started concentrating on studying languages, all I do is this. And I never stretch these days. I've never stretched my body these days, which I did about 6 months ago. But I completely stopped it, which is not good for my body. And then, I did a little bit of muscle training, but I completely stopped it because I hate it in the first place. I mean, muscle training. It's really hard, right? It makes me so tired. And anyway, I went up to the second floor and go to the electric appliance store to get some batteries. Okay, and after I did my shopping at the electric appliance store, and where did I go? Where did I go to? And then I did everything I should. So I was headed to the parking lot, which is on the first floor outside of the mall. It's a huge space, and I was glad that it didn't start raining yet, meaning that I wouldn't get wet. And I went to my car to get into my car, and then I went home. It hadn't rained yet, and I didn't have to get wet, which was good. And then, talking about the gas stove, I'm not really sure that many of the gas stove is the same or not, but our gas stove does need 2 this size batteries to turn on the gas. Okay, without it, I cannot even turn on the gas. And the last time I exchanged the batteries was around 6 months ago. And then I bought rechargeable batteries on Amazon, 2 of them, okay, and plus a charger, because the reason why I bought the rechargeable, is it okay, rechargeable? Is there any other name? Rechargeable battery, meaning that you can use it many times, right? By charging it. I found it more friendly to the environment, environmentally friendly. So I found it environmentally friendly. So I decided to buy such rechargeable batteries, okay? And I bought a charger because I would have to charge if we ran out of the batteries, right? So what's the point of buying rechargeable batteries if we don't have a charger, right? So I bought it, but I didn't even open the package until a little while ago. This time, when the gas stove suddenly stopped, which didn't allow me to continue cooking any longer in the middle of cooking, I was in trouble. And since we only had 2 rechargeable batteries. I had to charge it as soon as possible, right away. And even I didn't know how long it would take for me to recharge the batteries to the full or full enough to use it again, anyway, to continue cooking. And then that was the first time I took out the charger. Ever since I bought that one, I haven't even opened it. I just let it stay on the shelf, and then I took it out and tried to unpackage it, and then I by mistake I dropped it on the floor, and it hit the floor with big noise, which actually surprised me to death because it was pretty heavy. The recharger is pretty heavy, and since I dropped it on the floor, it hit the floor. Is it okay? It hit the floor pretty strongly, and it caused big noise. Is it okay? Big noise. Collocation is okay? Big noise. And I was so surprised. And the problem was that it should have had a lid which is transparent on it, but it was gone. It was missing just because I dropped it, and then the lid was taken out and went somewhere. Okay, and that was missing. And anyway, I plugged the recharger in, but there should be too light, and it was. And when you put the empty batteries in the light will turn on, meaning it's working, but somehow the light didn't turn on, which made me wonder why. And I did everything I could to fix it or to solve the problem or find the solution, but I couldn't find any, and I thought that it was broken, and I even didn't know when it was broken. Even before it had been broken, even before I started using it for the first time. That happened the day before yesterday, though. I hadn't used it for 6 months or so because I just had left it on the shelf. I should have checked it much earlier, right after I bought it, but that was too late. Or I broke it when I dropped it. I'm not sure, but I thought I would have to do something about it because it's broken now, right? It's no longer be used. So the first thing I have to do is that where I had to figure out where I should contact. Okay, and I actually bought it on Amazon. So I thought that I should ask Amazon first. And then I did today. I asked them in chat I asked them that what should I do with the product, because they seem to be broken. They seem to have been broken, and after it's been about 6 months since I bought this, and I didn't use it until just the day before yesterday, and it turned out to be broken, and I asked them what I should do. And then the Amazon staff, and I contact them in English. I usually contact them in English because I want to use my English. And they have staff, they're people, they are good at English, and they are super good, okay? And they said that I should contact the manufacturer, which is Panasonic, for further support. And they also had 1-year warranty for their products. And since I bought that about 6 months ago, the product still has 1-year warranty, which I can use. But probably if I contact Panasonic, they will say that I will have to send it to them, and I will have to I don't know how to say this, manage, pay. I don't know. There is one word, which is verb, that is best for me to use in this situation. I have to spend, right, my money. Not spend, but I have to cover it myself. The postage, when I send that product, the broken one, to the manufacturer, and then probably I will have to cover the return cost also, which will be around, let's see, about 2,000 yen or so in total, just for the postage or delivery cost. And then the price of the recharger was around 3,000 yen. Yeah, with 1,000 yen more, I could buy the new one. But which is better? I don't know. Yeah, this is similar to the price for the batteries that I bought. The combined a set of 4 batteries costs higher than 2 batteries separately, right? Which is better. When you just think about how much each battery costs, then you should buy the set, right? Because I can explain it, but okay. But the total is more, could be more, can be more, or must be more. So which is better for you? This is a big question. This is a serious question. Combined set or individual items, which is better? Okay, this is very serious. This is a very serious problem, and you have to think it a lot, or you'll lose money anyway, which sometimes happens to me. Okay, anyway, and now that we have some extra batteries, so for the time being, I will not have to think about the batteries anyway. And I will have to think about the broken wrist charger, whether or not I should send them or not. I still don't know how to solve this problem, but eventually I will find it out, I guess. Okay, and now I don't think it's raining as heavily as it was a little while ago. But it's so humid, okay? It's so humid. In Japan, it's so humid, okay? I've never been other countries, but so I don't know what being other countries is like. But when it comes to Japan, people who come to Japan, non-Japanese people, foreign people who come to Japan would be surprised to know that how humid Japan is. We are used to it. But and I also hear that some other countries, like in the US, since it's much drier than it is in Japan, your skin, your hair, you will have trouble with your skin or your hair because it's so dry. But in Japan, since humidity level is pretty high, our skin, our hair probably are not as dry. But no, I don't know, because we are different, right? We are same human beings, but each person is different, right? And each country is different, right? People in each country, people who are living in each country are different, right? It depends on the person, though. But when it comes to humidity, it's terrible in Japan. But we're used to it because there is nothing about it. So just turn on the air conditioner, and at least in the house, in our room, it's nice. It's cool enough. But last night when I went out to walk my dogs, I somewhat felt that it became a bit cooler. It's not chill or chilly. It's not chilly yet. It was not chilly yet, but I felt something different. It's at the end of September now, right? We are in autumn, right? It's autumn, right? We have autumn now, right? I don't like summer because these days it's been too hot, unbearably hot. I don't like extremely hot summer. I can't believe that hotness and heat will burn ourselves. All right. Okay, it's been 44 minutes now. I even don't know what I was talking about. It's, again, random talk, right? But it's my practice, and even if I couldn't do it well, it's okay. It's totally okay. This is my practice. And I believe that it will help me overcome my fear of making mistakes or sounding awful, sounding clumsy, and making myself look like a stupid guy, stupid person. Everything is okay. Everything is okay because learning a foreign language is tough. Normally, if it's your mother tongue, you didn't make an effort. Yeah, there was sometimes that you had to make an effort. Yes, but it was much easier for you to acquire your mother tongue than it is for you to try to acquire your foreign languages, because how long has it been since you were born? It's been quite long, and it's much longer than it has been since you started learning your foreign languages, right? It's natural that your foreign languages can be not as good as your mother tongue. Yeah, it's natural. You don't have to worry about it. You shouldn't let it get to you, because it means that you give power. You give them power over you. This is an expression I've just learned, so I just try to use this to take a look at how it sounds. This guy, I happened to find the other day, whose YouTube channel I happened to find. He is an American guy who is an English communication coach, and he doesn't have many videos yet. He only has as many as 10 videos. So he was quite new to me, and one of his videos, he said that you shouldn't care what other people think, because this is the cause of your speaking anxiety. Okay, if you care too much about what other people think about your speaking, it means that you give them power over you. That's what he said. I never knew this expression before, so that was the first time I heard that expression. But the more you use the expressions that you didn't know, the better you can be at, right? You can be at them, right? So, and this practice is that's what my practice is all about. Before I had no opportunities to use my English, because I don't have any friends whom I can speak to in English, and I don't have a job in which I use my English. I've been studying English for such a long time, like 30 years already, but all I did was just watching YouTube channels, YouTube videos, and dramas on Netflix, and I read something in English, and I even didn't speak to myself in English. But since I started this practice myself, this is the place where I can use my English, and it realized part of my dream because I've always wanted to talk about my problems, my issues, my interests, or something that I felt happy about in English. But this doesn't have to be proper YouTube videos, right? Like I put on my makeup, I'm wearing my makeup, where I'm wearing makeup and I'm presentable enough in front of the camera, and there is enough light, and there is enough background, and I'm wearing very beautiful clothes, attractive clothes. No, it doesn't have to be like that. Even though I just record my voice and just talk about some random topics, but still I am talking about, sometimes I'm talking about my issues, like what happened to me when I was working in a trading company at the age of 40, which was my very first white-collar job. And my boss turned out to be my high school, I don't know, senior? Is it okay? Senior. He turned out to be 2-year senior. Okay, my daughter was coming down from the 3rd floor to the 2nd floor where I am now, and I stopped recording. But I looked up in the dictionary about high school senior. It doesn't say anything about high school senior. It said that I should have said that my boss turned out to be from the same high school from mine. Is it okay? We turned out to be from the same high school, although he was 2 years older than I was. Okay. And then my boss was very dominant and who did a lot of sexual harassment or moral harassment or I don't know, any other similar expression I could use in this situation. Moral harassment and power harassment. Okay. And he said that he told me not to quit the job because I was at the age of 40 at that time. And then he said that women in her 40s could not find any better job other than that company. And so he suggested that I should not quit the job. But that comment actually was what made me determine to quit the job finally. So I always wanted to talk about this in English, although I was practicing speaking in my videos, but still my dream came true, right? Because I was able to talk about it in English. And although there aren't many people who listen to me talking about it, but it's no problem because anyway, I was able to do what I always wanted to do. So I always wanted to use my Spanish in my videos, and yesterday I did. I was just reading a story, but still I used my Spanish, right? And I explain it in English, meaning I use my English too. My daughter came again, so I had to stop the recording, but I didn't know where I was, so I think it's time for today. Tomorrow I will have to wake up pretty early to have my first rehab. I mean my arm, which started hurting about 1 or 2 months ago, and I finally went to the orthopedics doctor. I went to see the orthopedic doctor about a week ago, and a week later, which is tomorrow, I'm going to have my first rehab, and I will have to wake up pretty early because my appointment time is at 8:30, and at night I have an dentist appointment. It was supposed to be in 10 days. I mean, at first it was supposed to be on October 2nd, but I got a phone call from the dentist today that they had an opening at 7 p.m. tomorrow, and they asked me if I would like them to put me in that, and I said I'd love to because 2 weeks, 10 days, 2 weeks seem to be forever, and I really want them to look at my tooth right away as soon as possible. So that was good for me. Having a phone call from them today was good to me. And so it's going to be a very busy day tomorrow. So that's why I didn't take a nap, because I knew that I was going to go to bed pretty early to wake up early tomorrow morning. Okay, so that's about it for today, and I'm going to talk about the dentist and my rehab in tomorrow's video, I guess. I'm a bit scared of going to the dentist because this is my very first time to go there, and I even don't know what the dentist is like. And the Google review is not good, about 3.8. But I decided to go to the dentist because he's one of the only two specialists, microscopic therapy. He uses microscope for his treatment, and there are only two specialists in this district. I'm living in a pretty big city, which is actually the third biggest city with most population. Our city has the third largest population in Japan, and still there is only two specialists, and the other specialist is from the dentist, which is located in the center of the city. And I heard that you have to be careful about a dentist whose office is in the center of the city, because the price of land is quite expensive. So it means that their treatment, their cost could be astronomical. So, but in the case of the dentist I'm going to see tomorrow, his office is in suburbs. So I think I really hope that my choice will turn out to be perfect. Okay, I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. Okay, thank you for listening, and I really hope that you have a lovely day. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.